Hello.
Hello, hello everybody.
Hello.
Uh, yeah, we just finished the session with the artists from photographic session, and now we have a couple of minutes to admit everybody here.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's amazing to see you all. Look,
Morning.
yeah, we are a lot here.
Good morning from California.
Ah, wow, it's so early there.
It's dark.
Yeah, yeah, thank you for joining us.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you. Yeah.
No problem.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Okay, Laura is here. Sara is here. Yeah. Hi, my name is Anna Schwitz, and I'm collaborating with Arte Laguna Prize more than 10 years because I love this this organization, this exhibition so much. Yeah, more and more people. I'm so happy. Yeah. Well, yeah, so we decided to connect everybody, to see you, to ask you how you're living and how you're creating during this very difficult for all of us time when we are all inside our uh, apartments, we are inside our studios. And I would like to give a word to Laura, the founder of Premio Arte Laguna. Laura.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Well, here
Hello.
we decided to do
Hi.
this video call owing to coronavirus and the impossibility to do the exhibition in Venice. And we have decided to promote each artist in all our ways as more as possible. One artist every day, and we started this week. So please connect to the social network of Arte Laguna Prize and help each other to promote their art through the web. And with this video call, we are curious to know about you, about your life in this period, and about your art in this period.
Yeah, and now we have here also Sara from Arte Laguna team. Sara, what's going on in Venice? What's going on around the Premio Arte Laguna? Some news?
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Here in Venice, the situation is still not clear because we are still in lockdown. From next week, something will open, but only necessary activities, and so many people are still at home, and cultural events are not possible for the moment. So we need to wait and stay safe at home and wait how the situation will go on. But we will inform you if there will be some news. So for the moment, as Laura explained, we are doing our best to promote everybody thanks to the web and social networks.
Yeah, thank you.
Just one word, Anna. I wanted to remember you that we have created a portal artelaguna.world. So you have a page, you have a space free to publish all your works. So in this period, we are promoting especially the artwork that arrived in final of the prize, but we put also the link of artelaguna.world where you can publish as you want, all the artwork that you want.
Yeah, perfect, Laura. And today we are going to connect with each of you. We will try to do it quickly. So each of you will have a possibility for a couple of minutes to show what you are working on now using share screen option. I I ask you to be quick because we want to show everybody, to give every one of you the possibility to spread the word and to show your works. So if you don't mind, we will start. Peter?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Peter.
Hello.
Yes, I'm an architect living in Belgium and working in Belgium. And for the moment, we are very busy with our architectural work at the office, but we are all working a bit apart. I think, like everybody else. So my installation art is a bit on a low level now, but I can show the other people.
Yes,
some pictures of things I've done the last couple of years. So I'm going to start. One moment.
I will mute the microphones for a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to share screen. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah, but okay, you can start to share your screen. Yeah, perfect. Yes, it works.
Yes, you are seeing now my second screen. So at the right, this is a project that I made a couple of years ago, where it all started with, and it's a sort of an installation that is putting my work is most of it is a bit architectural, and this is a project that I made in Flanders. We have a lot of spread buildings in the landscape, and my idea was to make them, or to put all the flat buildings, all the landscape stuff into one gigantic tower. So this is I make the projects, and then I'm making a sculpture about it. But in fact, I'm going to show something else. One moment, going to be quick. So you can see this all?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the project that's transforming the landscape here into the landscape. You see the gray zones are the builded land, the builded stuff, and we are transforming them into a tower, and we're giving the landscape that now is built back to the nature. So that's about, and we are using all the stuff from the buildings that are built now. We are going to use them in a circular build project into a new tower of living and working and so on. So that's one project. I'm going to close it. I'm going to show you another one. Going to open, yeah. That's another one. That's the Shadow City, and that's a landscape. That's a city that is built out of. It's. I'm going to show you something else. One moment.
we should do everything kind of dynamic because we have a lot of people here and we want to
Yeah.
give everyone the possibility also to show their work.
So I'll show you just this one, and then so it's that's the Shadow City. It's a project that gives life to desert landscape where people are now dying of thirst, of heat, and so on. And it's a complete project that gives the people who live in that sort of landscape will can live again and can have a decent life.
Yeah, Peter, it's very impressive. Thank you so much for sharing your work, guys.
No
You
problem.
should, yeah, you should follow Peter to find out about new works. And I really ask everybody to continue collaborate, to continue to give likes and to follow social networks of each other. In this way, we can really help each other. So for the next presentation, for the next word, I want to hear Tolmi, if I pronounce well the name. Sorry, maybe I can be wrong. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
you pronounce perfect. Hi everyone. Yeah, during this time, similar to everyone, I'm based in Germany, in Cologne, so I come from Australia. So yeah, it's been quite surreal, this whole sort of time, but what it has allowed through my art practice is it's given me time to focus on administrative stuff, which isn't exciting, but it's allowed me to reflect on some sort of artworks that have been parked for many years and re-explore those and try and start to get them set up and try and develop them again. So one of those such artworks is, I'll just share my screen.
Yeah, and if we can be dynamic, I will appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Unfortunately, I can't share my screen because of security issues. Otherwise, I'd drop out and come back in. But anyway, so one of the pieces is, it's an installation piece of a previous existing video artwork, which is all about manipulate. So Oil Dancer is my piece that's been accepted into this, which is this fluid video installation of a dancer. I also have this piece, which is about fluid identity, where it's 3 rotating head spheres. And I want to extend that now into an installation piece. So I've been collaborating with the university for a few years back in Australia, who are making new e-waste compound for 3D printing. So working as a video artist predominantly, electronic waste is a huge thing on my mind because printers, projectors specifically, in this hyper consumption sort of society we're in, it's cheaper to buy a new unit than repair one that exists. And a lot of landfill is from e-waste. So in a way to try and make video art a little greener, I'm trying to make these self-fulfilling artworks. So now the idea is to create sculptural works from the video work out of e-waste from decommissioned projectors and printers. So this is just a prototype of the sculptural form, which is to represent the video form, which unfortunately I can't share with you right now. But so that's just general filament that any 3D printer uses at the moment. But I'm using this time to refine, because now the university has actually got their first patents and they're actually going into manufacturing of this filament. So now I want to take this use of engineering into the art sphere and also create a narrative of video art where it's, when that projector that's projecting that image finishes its life, it can actually still become part of the artwork in terms of a new sculpture. So that's the piece that I'm working on.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a very interesting approach. Yeah, thank you so much. Hope we will see your artworks on Arte Laguna World and also on our social networks. Thank you so much.
Sure, thank you.
Bin Pinneren. Hi. I'm putting unmute. Hi. Where are you now?
I am an hour away from my studio, And so, but I'm lucky. Where I live, there's a barn, and I have a kiln, and I have clay. So, you know, I'm perfectly happy. I have a garden, clay, you know, some family near me. So I've been pretty busy doing, well, you know, I mean, everything, let's see now. Oh, yes. Well, here's the curves. So, you know, I roll curves, and because everything takes so many pieces. And then I have a few photos of, so you can see how it gets started with just crisscrossing curves, and they end up into these big forms with thousands of pieces. So I'm just busy making pieces, and then now I'm working on yellow. So I make pieces, and then I paint some. And then I am also taking this time to make pots, which is, you know, I usually don't have the time to do it. So I'm learning that skill, and I really love it, just as something different to do. And I've also been thinking about what I do and why I do it. Like, this is a show called A Wall in Venice from 1978, when we had a theater company named Soon 3, and we did a lot of tours in Italy to avant-garde theater festivals. So I've been thinking about my work and why I do something that is involved like a performance, with people to help set it up and take it down and arrive in a space and build it, because it takes help, you know, to get these things installed. And we walk around together, adding the curves one by one.
Wow, amazing. It's very beautiful, guys. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes, well, because these you are able to, you know, you are able to have whatever color you want, because they are painted with an acrylic stain. So I can tint it and make compositions with it. And then what's important is the relationship of the forms. And because sometimes the piece that's coming, this was the first 10,000 pieces I made. Wow. And then I kept making more pieces. And now in that big ring, there's like 50,000 pieces. So.
Thank you. Very, very interesting. Amazing. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. It's exciting to be here.
Yeah, and what do you think if we will move to this boy strippers? Hey guys, with a little kid. Where is your dad? Okay, we have guys, that the window that is called boys strippers. Are you here? Nobody here. Okay, so we'll continue.
There's somebody.
Yeah.
Raquel.
Hey, beautiful boy. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can see Dad here. Are you ready, guys? Are you ready to present something? I think that you are ready. No? Yeah. You are trying to show us some performance. Okay, we can do it later. Now, Severin. Okay, microphone.
Yep. Hello, everybody. Hello from Switzerland.
Hi.
Hi. I am in near Lausanne, and we are hopeful at the end of the quarantine, of the lockdown. Maybe next 1 week, some things were reopened. So it slowly come to normal, but new normal, we can say. Yeah. And during this time, I have a lot of up and down mode. So it's sometimes really difficult, but I try to work. So I will show you something. I do a PowerPoint for the first time. So yes, first I put the artworks Être au pied du mur. It's the pieces that was selected for you. And it was with the I invented the floor for this site. It's interactive and participative. So I'll go after. My third project was an artwork on canvas with Spring's colors. It's also interactive. The name of all my projects is Intervariactive. It's with interaction, variation, and activity. So I will this color because I need this color to be better. After, I prepare also something with the, for some of my artworks, you have the digital double. Is on my website. You have something like that. That's also interactive for all the public that you can move, change. And when you click on this, you can send me the artwork, and after I publish on social media as a project. Is this project, Interagi Game. So one of these was chosen for an article during the coronavirus crisis in Switzerland. The other thing, it's a new project for installation with something that I have very simple at home during this time because all the shops were closed. So I take the balloon, and the balloon are red because all this signification that you can read. And for all this, I try also to do some things like this. It's the three parts of the installation. The first was the fragility of relationship, because we are like social distancing. After, it's the fragility of love. And at the end, when the balloon explodes, is the fragility of life. So a lot of, it was some interest for this exhibition, for this project, with a lot of this project was published on social media. For example, I put like this. And the other thing I would show you, it's this. I try, because my artwork are interactive, so you can change the things, and sometimes it's difficult to explain to the people. I do during this by some gifts, so we can see the artwork move and change. So it's why I prepare to explain and publish on social media. And the last, oops. The other thing I do, it's revisiting some of my old projects. Like, by example, this artwork is Do or Not, with touching can damage, because we are in this moment questioning the touch and this relationship. And also the big project I do last year, it's like a performance on digital with something different, with like performance installation, a mix during 30 days on social media. So yeah. I revisit this. So you can follow all the projects on my, especially on my Instagram, because I post a lot on Instagram, more than on Facebook. So,
yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing works. Okay,
Thanks.
I will admit 2 more artists, and we'll ask the next presentations to be more dynamic. Jesus.
Hi everyone.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Jesus Hernandez Güero. I am Cuban artist, but I live in this moment in Madrid because I lived in different country. For 7 years, I lived in Venezuela, and 1 year in Colombia, and in this moment in Madrid, Spain. Well, in this coronavirus period, I think about different idea, possible project, because I don't go to my studio because very long to my house. But I think different idea. I read different book, and the last week I make a video, a new video in my production, because I make different media, not only installation. I think about the art, from drawing, from painting, video art, whatever. No, I think about the big idea, and after make this the better solution. I show you this video, the last video. This is possible. It's about the coronavirus in Spain, because it's very problematic situation, well, in the world, but in Spain it's very special. Yeah. Sorry.
It is the green button that is share screen.
Yeah.
And you aplastas este botón y después pones como share.
Desktop one? No.
No. It's a green button in this frame, like frame down, share screen, and you choose, desktop one. Yeah, right. And then the blue button share.
It's good. Okay.
Not yet.
Is this?
Or
no? Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Puedes probar otra vez.
En pizarra pudiera ser, es que no me...
no sé, mía es en inglés.
This...
Desktop 1 y después share.
Oh, okay.
Oye. No es mío.
Oh.
It's near the video.
I'm sorry. Parte de pantalla. I'm sorry. Is this? Okay. Wow. I don't know what happened. It's possible of the privacy.
Can be. Sometimes it can be the privacy.
Wow. Sorry, it's my first experience with Zoom.
No. All good.
Oh.
We are all. Todos aprendíamos algo en este periodo de coronavirus.
Parte de la pantalla, compartir.
Sí.
Is this?
Parece que sí.
Sí, okay. This is the video.
Yeah. Sí, funciona.
Desde Geneva, en España.
This is the discourse of the president here in Spain about the alarm state in Spanish, but I remove the phrase and the word of this discourse and save only the silent sound between phrase and phrase, no? You can see the video, all the video, yeah?
Now we see the bandera video.
Okay, no. This is the other video, but it's possible to show this other video with peace is relationship with the Laguna Art Prize installation. It's very similar problematic.
Mm-hmm. See if you can just see shortly.
Yeah, in English, the title is Minute of Hate Against Himself.
Mm.
This is a Venezuela flag, and this is the gun sun. So they put different.
Yeah, thank you for showing your work.
Well, thank you too.
Yeah, and I invite everybody to follow Jesus and his works on his social networks, if you have Instagram or on Vimeo and Facebook. Thank you very much, and I wish you further inspiration and creativity and work. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
And now let's connect to Mr. W. Russell Pencil.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Nice to see you all here or there. I'm in Boston, Massachusetts in the United States. So we're still on lockdown for another month here. Although people are able to go outside, Boston is not as draconian as it is in some other places in the United States. So I'm able to go to the studio, although I only go 3 or 4 days a week instead of all the time. So still working along. I have another software project that we're doing in addition to the artworks. So I'll show a couple pieces and try to explain what we're doing with these things. Let me see if I can share the screen here. So I assume that you can see that. Is that true?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay. All right, so this is the piece that I submitted to the exhibition. For those of you, it's wonderful to be able to see the work that everybody's doing, because I didn't have any idea about what other kinds of work was accepted into the exhibition. So quickly, this piece uses emotion detection, and what we have is a series of software that we've been working on over a couple of years that uses facial detection, and we'll actually collect facial expressions of the people in the field. And so what we've written is an algorithm that enables us to be able to detect certain emotional states based off of facial expressions. And it is actually rather accurate for the most part. And then what occurs is that the installation responds to those emotional states.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, the installation is detecting neutral, and when it moves to the green side, it's detecting happiness or smiles or facial expressions that would be considered positive. And so it runs between negative emotions to positive emotions. And so I'll just try to skip through this because the video is quite long. See if I can't get to a spot where it's changing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's back to neutral, and then it will, as it detects the emotions, it'll go from green to yellow to red. So, and then it's broken up with some behaviors in the middle that make the piece a little bit more lively. And the other thing that we're doing with this is adding a music component to this, but I don't think I can actually play this because of the having some issue with the syncing of Google Drive.
Wow. Everything's serious.
So this is a random pattern that runs occasionally as well. And what we're doing is we're adding a musical component to this that's based off of the Musikalische Würfelspiel, which was a project that Mozart did back in the 17th century, 18th century rather. And it adds a randomized pieces of music that play along with this as it's going. Unfortunately, my version of the software is not running, so I can't actually get this to show because the parts of this are still in Google Drive and I paused the download or the syncing of it. So other piece that I'm working on is this one here. I also submitted this. This also uses emotion detection, and it runs a video clip that is an animated scene that goes from very bright and vibrant colors, and depending on the emotion detection, will slide to gray and drab types of colors, and it cycles back and forth between these areas of the video clip, based on, once again, whether or not one is expressing an emotion based off of their facial expression. So another piece I'm currently working on also is this piece here. This is just a prototype, but once again, it's in progress. And this piece tracks you. It's a very large painting, about 2 meters tall, and it has a traffic light that hangs in front of it that is motorized, and it will detect a person in the field and then will follow them as they're moving along in the gallery space. So this is the current work that I'm trying to work on at this time in the studio. So there we go. So that's what I'm up to.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. Good luck for the further work on this project. They are very interesting. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Giulio Locatelli. Giulio? Yeah, let's unmute the microphone. Yeah.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Giulio Locatelli. I live in Bergamo, in the north of Italy, and in this period I can't go to my studio because my studio is in Alzano Lombardo, epicenter of the contagion here in the north. And in this period I work at home. My work is about the wire, like a means of expression. And I show you something with my share screen. Okay, I don't speak English very well, but I think that understand something
perfectly.
Okay, thank you. And now I show, yes, yeah, sure. Okay, okay. And now it's something. Okay. Okay, 1 second. Okay, this is a new work that I did this in time. It's like an island, and the material is wire. And I did show you some details of the work. And I work, as I said before, with a wire, in particular with the white wire. And I like, because wire for me is like expression of legami, in English, relationship, yes, it's a relationship. And I show you something more. Okay, this is about also with, okay,
Mhm.
It's this work is in my studio, but is a new work. And okay, 1 second. And this is a detail of the work. And but in particular in this period at home, I did a diary of this quarantine, and I use a stitching machine with work, and I show you something. Okay, 1 second. It's like a diary of a hypothetical island. Whoa, okay. So if this way is okay. Wait a second. Okay. Okay. Is all is with the stitching machine, and the paper is with the blue ink. And this is a little work that I can do in my home, and not a very big work. And I show you that 1 second. Okay. This is another type of a diary, also that to do with ink, blue and black ink. It's about the window that you can see out of the window in this period that we can go out. It's the black.
That is important.
Yes, of course. And this is a little work. And now I show you another one. 1 second. Okay. 1 second. What is?
Everything very systemized.
What?
Everything very systemized. You're not this kind of chaotic artist that have everything everywhere.
Okay.
So yeah.
And I show you this type of work, that's something I do in an artistic residency. Is I call this work a flying carpet. It's do with the wood, and 1 second. Okay. Okay. And I installing this work in the south of Italy, in Rotondella. You know Rotondella, I don't think, but in Basilicata. And during the residency, I did this work with a child, a man that want work with other, and like with the wood, it's like a relationship. And then I did this work like a flying carpet to go around Italy. I think that this work is good for this period, that we can go with only with the mind.
Yeah, Julia, thank you so much.
Okay.
Amazing work. I need this flying carpet. I need this flying carpet now.
Yes, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Go out.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now I'm asking once again this team voice steppers. Are you ready? Hey guys. Yeah. Now your turn. Hi. Where are you?
We are in Belgium. So we're the second person in Belgium. We're living in Antwerp, so it's a different piece as the mister from before.
Yeah.
And then, everybody is in lockdown, which is a very unusual situation. And the kids have to stay home. The parents have to keep the kids happy. So I'm normally making some big works on aluminium. I'll show you one behind me.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if you can see it like this. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a very technical way of painting. It's on aluminium plates, and then it's with spray. This is completely not functioning anymore, so the people are closed. I show you another one. It's like a lack situation. This is a battery.
Wow.
So all these of very technical works I cannot do on this moment. So I'm making a lot of drawings. I'm making the whole time drawings every night. So you can see my drawing from last night. It's a big spiral. I make a lot of spirals. And I show you a little bit on the wall. I have some on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that, or it's difficult,
Yeah.
or the image is clear?
We can see them, yeah.
Yes. So I'm, in fact, nothing ultra bizarre. Changing my work through the corona is not really what's happening. I'm just continuing. I make a little drawing. This one is called Skiing in Italy. You can see it. Because we in Belgium, we have the corona through the people who went skiing in Italy.
Ay, ay, ay.
So this looks nice Italian drawing, but it's a very dramatical situation for the people in Belgium. But if I can be honest, the politicians in Belgium, they saw all the Italian situation, and they just let the skiers come inside, and then they affected everybody.
Mm.
So we have a big problem in Belgium because we have one government and lots of little states, Flemish, Brussels, Walloon, and this corona situation gives the very best of the worst. It's impossible bad governments through this situation, because everything is like tack, 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 tack in little pieces. Here, this is another one that I just finished a day ago. And I show you something who has something to do with Russell, the Mister in Boston. So here I have this wonderful library that I cleaned up yesterday evening. It was a full mess everywhere, books. So the corona is good for order. So I show Mr. Russell a page on my book. It's an interface. It's for a kind of computer program that I want to make where you can label yourself. So it's about your emotions, and you can label yourself at the end of the day. It's like a diary. And then this becomes your label for this day. And then you can make the drawing, and then you can use the drawing in your house to make a carpet, to make a wall drawing, whatever.
Yeah, thank you so much for this room tour. You have a beautiful apartment. Congratulations.
Yes, I have a castle.
Can you send me an email or leave me your email? I'll contact you. Maybe I can get a couple of my students to assist you.
Oh, that would be great. I'm looking for years for you.
You see? You see? We
then,
need collaboration.
I can do that with Sarah, no? That she gives me the email.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I show you kind of homage. You can see behind me. So I was raised in a house full of paintings of my grandfather.
Wow.
You see?
Yeah. Yeah, so generations and generations of artists. And we saw your boy, your son. He's also very artistic. Maybe next session, next season in performance session, he can participate also.
Yes, but he's a very good dancer.
Yeah.
You can see here another drawing of my grandfather. And I show you now the things that I did with my son.
So very beautiful, just drawing.
A kind of drawing, yes. It's like charcoal and crête, dry crête.
It's very beautiful, huh?
Yeah, amazing.
So I made a very revolutionary thing here. No, that's the samurai sword. That's for later. And then this is my propeller of my new wind turbine, and I'm working on it already a long time, but I'm now finishing.
Yeah, amazing, amazing.
Now
Thank
my son is
you.
gonna go
Thank you
to
so much, guys.
samurai performance.
No.
Guys, we need to proceed. Thank you so much.
Look like this, and then we end with wood like this.
Yeah, super, super. It was great to see you. It was great to see all these artworks and works in progress. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I love it. Bye.
Yeah. And now we are going to the window that is named Anonima Lucy. Hi, guys.
1 second. Hello, everybody. We are Stefania and Alberto, Anonima Lucy from Milano, Italy. And as you know, Italy was the first European country that had big problems with the coronavirus. And it started started getting serious by the end of February, which it was Fashion Week here in Milano. And we were working for a fashion show that was canceled just 2 hours before the show. So before the real lockdown, we had about 2 weeks that we could still use our studio. Something I didn't say is that we are actually, we work with light. We are lighting designers, architect, designer, specialized in lighting. And for us, it is important to have to work in our studio because we have a lab, okay? And I will share the screen. Let me see. Okay, can you see?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. So the thing is that we really miss our studio that we're saying, because we can experiment as we work mainly with light, but with mixed media. And we have the space, you know, to do our experiments. We work a lot with lasers. So here are some tests we were doing before the real lockdown. And we were working on some new installations because on the 4th of April, we had to open our first personal exhibition, but of course we weren't lucky, but we can do that later. So we used the 2 weeks before the serious lockdown to work on these pieces for our exhibition. And we use a lot of electronics because we want interaction between light and sound, because we think it's a very strong communication tool. And here are just some pictures of the installations we were working at. There's also a little video, I don't know, that shows how this one works. Let me just see. The sound that you will hear in this video, it's not the final sound, but it was just to test our electronics. Mm-hmm. So we're using mirrors and lasers and some Arduino electronic parts.
And what is the reaction between the sound and the light?
Well, actually, it is a loop. As I was saying, this will not be the original sound. It will be a much more dreamy sound, like a carillon, okay? Right. And by using reflections, there's a moment where you have 0 reflections, okay? So this sound will go according to the reflections and the evolution of this moving, because we're using also step motors, of course, to turn these mirrors.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And then actually something interesting happened to us also once we were totally locked in the house, that some friends of ours decided to make an online festival calling 42 artists performance from all over the world. There were different kind of performances, from theatrical to musical, poetry, any kind of art, even workshops to make masks, okay? And as we didn't have actually our staff, as everything is in the studio, the only thing we had is a music console and a light projector that we used to make actually we use it as a light source. Okay, so we got 1 square meter of our house. You will see, this is the picture. Yes, we had to do what we could with the stuff we had. So we had a camera that was getting a top view and a projector that was mapping 1 square meter of this table. And we worked with sound reactive videos. Okay, so we didn't actually know how to use the software to make audio reactive visuals, but we had 10 days to study, so it was fun for us. And actually this one was the result. There's a video, I might link it if you want to check, because we don't have much time now.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is that it was a different way to connect people, and it was also for a good reason, as it helped fundraising to help volunteer groups that are helping during the COVID. So we're really glad we helped to do this thing.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for sharing this. This is very inspirational what you do, and that you are ready to experiment, to open something new in your work, to go further. Yeah, congratulations.
Yes. Thank you. We're studying a lot in this time. It's a good time to study.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. And we are going to Rachel. Rachel? Yeah. The microphone is working.
No, that's going.
Yeah.
Okay, to the Art Laguna. My work is all stitching, using recycled fabrics, and I suddenly started making stitched vessels, which are these. Can you see these?
Uh-huh.
It's a cup made of wool and vintage French linen, and then all stitched. So it's, and a teapot.
Uh-huh. Wow.
And so I've been working on these. I don't know why. I mean, I've got all the stuff here. I work at home and I love stitching. I love making things. And so I've just been doing these. So very traditional, very old-fashioned work. There are no computers involved at all. So, and another cup. So that's it really, just stitching away. They take a long time. My fingers get very sore. And that's it. I've got another one. This is a bottle I make, which just stand up. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just stitching.
Yeah, amazing.
And I have, all my stuff here, and I just sit and stitch and wait for this whole business to come to an end.
Yeah, it's kind of meditation, your way to meditate.
Yeah, although also to get the shapes I want to, it can get very complicated. The teapot took a very long time, but they're good. I like doing them, and I'm using up stuff that I have. So, and they serve no purpose, which I also like. So that's it. Basta.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Our online travel goes to Matthias. Hi, Matthias.
Hi there. Hi, how are you? I'm Matthias Neumann. I'm originally from Germany, but I'm based in New York for the last 20 years. So my work, I'm just gonna start sharing here. 1 second. Oh, can you see now?
Yeah, you can see.
Yeah, you can. Okay, perfect. My work is for the most part, I come from architecture. I studied architecture. I also still work as an architect. So it has a lot to do with space, public space, and constructive thinking. Over the past 5 years, I've been working on this series of works that's called Basics, and that's also was also kind of selected to be in Venice. This one is, and they're all over the country. Actually, they're all in the US, but all over the country. So this was one was in Wisconsin, and they're all temporary. Hold on, right. 1 second. They're all temporary installations, so they exist somewhere between 6 months and 3 years. That's upstate New York. That's in Kansas City. That's in Idaho. That's in Montana. In Atlanta, and at the Jewish Smith Museum in Auburn, Alabama. So they're all different forms, but they all share a couple of things. They share that they're temporary public artworks. They're all in publicly accessible spaces. They're all constructed out of like regular 2x4 lumber, which is like the most common building material in the North American context. And they're, I might say almost all, but most of them really are, in somewhat spatial. So you don't quite know as the audience, am I supposed to just look at it? Is it just a visual experience of sculpture, or do I have some agency to interact with? So that's primarily my work over the last 5 years that has been substantially halted now. I had a couple of installations, including the one in Venice, but also other ones that have been like postponed indefinitely. You don't quite know yet what's gonna happen. So over the last 2 months, 7 weeks, that's how long it's been in terms of the lockdown here. I've been on my what I call sanity walks. I've rediscovered photography. So I do this daily practice and routine under the title At a Distance, Street Life Today, which is basically street photography, trying to investigate how the current situation changes people in space, people towards each other, like the whole kind of like bodily expression in public, in a public context of the current crisis.
Great.
And that's that.
Yeah, Matthias, amazing. Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to see that that artists are not stuck, they are not blocked. They continue to create, they continue to think, they continue to move. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I ask why it's only temporary? Because the sculptures look so nice. Why they are not standing for 400 years there?
Well, because the wood is untreated. So how it is, as so many things in art practice, as probably all of you know, yeah, things are being born out of necessity, right? So how the work initially was generated was really, how do I create large installation in public realm without having a lot of overhead, right? I don't have a huge studio in New York with huge machinery and so on and so forth. So that's how the work came about. You know, like to use a fairly simple, and I mean simple in the best way in that regard, but a very simple material and construction methodology that can generate form, and just do it on site. Meaning, I'm not building those pieces in the studio, but I can fly to Kansas City, go to Home Depot, get 100 pieces of 2x4 and screw them together and be done with. That kind of presupposes one could generate the same pieces also, you know, like with hardwood, and they could stand there forever. But that's not how it's done. And I actually really enjoyed, there's 38 pieces that have been like in that series now. And I actually really do like thinking about, like, what does it mean temporary public art? Like, what does the temporality of work mean? And what does the public aspect of work mean? So while it was born out of necessity, I actually do enjoy the fact that it's temporary.
Yeah, thank you, Matthias. Thank you so much. And good luck for everything in your work, like to try something new, to proceed something that you're working on. Thank you.
Thank
you. And now we are moving to Mohammed. Hi. Okay, the microphone should work now.
Hi everyone. This is Mohammed from Kuwait. So my work that I presented to Art Laguna. Yeah, you can see the map.
That's so cute.
Yeah. So the work that I presented to the prize in Venice is representing the current Middle Eastern identity, which is like old traditions and following Western trends. So that's the idea. So I created a whole exhibition based on this idea, and the piece that I presented, I'm gonna share it with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it. Do you see it? Or
no, not yet.
Oh.
In the meantime, we have put the link of Arte Laguna Award, your section, in the chat, so everybody can see the art
Okay.
of Mohammed.
Okay. So yeah, so that's the idea. It's the concept of the exhibition, creating a halal nightclub, which is Islamic friendly nightclub. It's extreme idea, because, you know, I'm pushing the idea of the duality of the identity to the max, and it's like a futuristic, it's like a reading for the future. So that's what I presented, and I'm gonna share the link with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you. So if you don't mind, we will go to Gabriela, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Gabriela. Hola.
Hola, hello everyone. I was born in Mexico City, and I study in Poland, but I'm living since 24 years in Berlin, Germany. And I am architect, but I started with photography a long time ago. And now I'm doing also installations. I like drawing also. And I've been working in this, my last project, the Path of Last Resistance, which the piece I sent to Venice, it's part of it. And this is gonna be an exhibition next year in Berlin, but with more other works. This installation, this photography, 2 videos, and and drawing. I can show you here. I can share with you a little bit of the work.
Internet doesn't work really well. Gabriela, can you hear us? Gabriela? Probably we can start the last presentation if I will see someone. Aha, yeah, aquí, here. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce right way your name.
Hello.
Yeah. Where are you now, and what is your work?
I'm not a Shumiren. I'm her friend. Because she out of town, and the international is not available. So she asked me to help her to show some her artwork. Can I show? It's me?
Yeah. It is you. We see lady.
My my computer. This is Shumiren. I help her so her recent artwork. First is group photo. Currently, we know there is a coronavirus affect everyone in the world. So this artwork is some people gathering to have to take a photo. Everyone wears a mask. This is a whole scope of the artwork. This is a partial part of this work. Also, everyone needs to wear a mask to avoid the virus infection. This another sorry.
Yeah.
A little. This is another artwork of Shumiren. The name is My Father and Mother. Because China is different, have a different culture from Western country. In China, some years ago, the family planning policy. That means one family, one couple should only have one children. So as the law is a young couple, husband and wife, and at the gender is father and mother, and up is grandfather and grandmother and the children. So that means in China, some young people have very large burden to live, to survive. This is my understanding of Shumiren's artwork. Maybe she has some other expression for his artwork. Maybe next time she will give some detail about her.
Yeah, thank you so much. Today it is our first session, and I think Laura will agree that we will continue next weeks to communicate more, to express our solidarity and to show our works to everybody. Maybe new collaborations will start. Laura, what do you think?
Yes, it's too nice to have you all through the web and to embrace you virtually. So I think that we will do again other session of a video call with all our finalists. Sure.
Yeah, Laura, thank you. And we have Gabriella back here. Gabriella, it was kind of Wi-Fi internet problem.
Sorry, I've been having problems with it, but I hope I can get it now. I wanted to show you my last project, which is about the systems in nature, and is inspiring a law from a scientist, which developed an idea of that everything in the universe and in the earth, everything is connected with each other, no? And that they had a lot of things in common. Yeah, that's the. Can you see it?
Yes, we can.
Okay, this is this project, and here you can see, if you would like to read a little bit from the text, from what it is about. And yeah, this one is the installation I'd like to show, or maybe hopefully would be shown in Venice. And there are also a couple of photographies that they show the complexity in nature. You can see the swans, different ones, another installation photography, and some drawings. These are some of the examples what is going to be shown in this exhibition, in this project. And another one project in which I was working out the last years was this one, Oculos. This is about religions and beliefs. And this is like a comparison between the different kinds of beliefs in the world, and the similarities, and this is like a visual essay. And yeah, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, Gabriella, it's very beautiful. I want to come back to this website later to see all your works. Yeah, thank you. Thanks to everybody for joining us. It's amazing. It was already a very good idea to organize this online session, because we can see you, we can feel your vibrations, we can get inspired from you. So thank you so much. And we have our wonderful Facebook group of finalists. You can post there links to your websites and your accounts on social networks to continue to follow each other. And yeah, and my colleagues, Sarah, Laura, Julia, will let you know about the further meetings and further sessions. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, please take care, everybody, and don't stop creating. Don't stop creating.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank
you.
you. Good luck.
For the invitation.
Yeah, ciao.
Bye.
Good luck.
Bye.